Welcome back. Ready for School is a local nonprofit celebrating March is Reading Month by hosting a fundraiser and book drive to get more books in the hands of our children. Medical Director Tiffany Munzer joins us now live. Tiffany, thanks so much for being here this morning.
Hi, good morning. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much
Yes,
for covering this topic.
absolutely. Great to be chatting with you, Tiffany. Tell us more about Ready for School and what your group does.
Yeah, so I'm lucky enough to be a part of the program Reach Out and Read specifically. And it is an evidence-based program that's designed to promote early childhood literacy and early relationships by sharing a book during a child's clinic visit from the ages of 0 through 5.
Very cool. And I know your group partners with Ready for School. We know childhood literacy is something more and more people are focusing on. Tiffany, why is this so important?
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for asking that question. So this early childhood period is such a key time to provide the opportunities to help kids thrive. And the child's brain is really in this very neuroplastic state. And so all of the positive developmental opportunities that families can share with their kids in the 0 to 5 time can really last a lifespan. And so this time, early childhood is really key time for kids to get all of these uh, critical opportunities for reading, to share time with their families in a way that's really connected and nurturing. And Reach Out and Read helps families just get access to the tools that they need to promote reading and to build these really important relationships with their child.
Absolutely, Tiffany. And I know one aspect of that, I believe one thing your organization does is donate books to different doctors' offices. Why target this particular space?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So the clinical space is one place that families get care. And from 0 to 5, there are so many visits that parents bring their children to. And it's not just about the books themselves, it's about how the pediatric providers use the books at the visit. And so when families come to the clinic, the pediatric provider will find a book and select a book that fits that family just right because that pediatric provider knows that family the best. They'll select a book in the language of that family's choice. If it's English, Spanish, Arabic, there's books of all different languages to make sure we're selecting the right book for the right family and about all different kinds of content. And so when the pediatric provider comes in the room to bring the child the book, they use it as a stethoscope almost like a clinical tool to get a sense of what is that child's ability like? How can we take that their current abilities and stretch it one step further? And so it's really a diagnostic tool and it's also a therapeutic and treatment tool because when that pediatric provider brings that book in the room, they're really watching and observing what the families are doing with their kids too around the books. And often the book is a really natural way that the families might point out certain things like, look at that cow. We just saw a cow on that farm. What does a cow say? And so that's a really important time for that provider to say, wow, mom and dad, grandma, grandpa, I loved how much you're talking to your child. Like that's really amazing. I can tell they live in such a language-rich environment, and you're doing all of the right things to build moments that matter that are building their brains. And so that there is the most important piece of the intervention. It's not just about the book, it's about what you're doing with it, and it's about noticing what families naturally do and really reinforcing the skills that they already have. And then sharing ideas for how to take it one step further, you know? So, in addition to commenting on what they're already doing, say, like, oh, have you ever thought about using a book for X, Y, or Z? Just to share some ideas and thoughts about other things that they could be doing also.
Tiffany, that makes a lot of sense, and I really appreciate that. I think that is such a great partnership between healthcare providers and families that maybe oftentimes get overlooked. Families trust their healthcare provider, and as you said, healthcare providers know that family maybe a little bit better than in other spaces. What can families do to tackle this at home, whether it's with that book they got from the doctor's office or books they already have at home?
Yeah, that's such a great question. I love it. And I think families really, they have a lot of these skills already. And so keep doing what they're doing with, it's not just about the reading, it's about the relationship too. And so really following the child's lead. If the child is flipping to a different page of the book, narrating what's on that page and like saying, what's on their mind. Like, oh, it looks like you're really curious about this aspect of the book. Like, let's talk about that. Or if a child is, 6 months old, it's never too early to start reading. That child puts that book in their mouth, being like, oh, what does that book taste like? And following the child's lead. It's not just about actually reading the text, it's about the interactions that happen between a parent and a child and following the child's interests and lead.
Such great tips. Okay, we're just about out of time, but of course we have to talk about the most important part, and that's the fundraiser. How can people help with that and make sure you get as many books as possible?
Thank you so much. Yes, join us at our drive and check out our website. Reach out and read. We're Reach Out and Read Michigan, and we are so grateful for even the if you're not able to donate, just taking these skills and sharing them out to your friends, your teachers, whoever hears about this program is great. So thank you so much for just the opportunity to share a little slice of what we do and for this partnership.
Well, thank you so much, Tiffany. I love your enthusiasm about this, and it is so, so important. So really appreciate your time this morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.